What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I love Monday. I really do. I know not everyone loves Monday. Some of you guys are working at jobs you don't like. Here's what I have to say about that. Set the intention to live a life where things feel amazing. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have challenges. We all know that the challenges are going to come. But what it does mean is that you're in your power more. And there's something about life where we just forget how much power we have. For some reason, I can't see the people that are on here. If you're on here, give me like a little heart or something so I know that you're here. Hi, Natalie. Hey, Mario. Hi, Nancy. So this is going to make you feel good. You're going to feel good after this little session together. And actually, to just make it even better, let's share one thing that you just feel so grateful for today. Something that's really working for you. I want to know. Hey, John. Hey, Sandra. So tell me, what is working in your life? It's Monday. We all can breathe, right? We saw what's happening with the fires. We saw what's happening, with there's like earthquakes and all these things that have been happening, hurricanes. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? Because right now, here's what I know. Your eyes are working. You're on here. You're breathing. You can watch me. We can connect. We can talk. So today, it's already working. So I was just having a beautiful session with one of my clients. We've been working together, but it's our first time doing private work. And we went into this really beautiful space, and I want to share it with you. I want to share it with you because I know how so many people can just benefit from having these shifts. And we did a meditation that ended up being like 45 minutes. And it was just, like a channeled invocation, right? And we were just literally invoking the truth. And when we invoke the truth, we reclaim our power. Okay, so I could redirect my domain to my sales page all alone. That's a miracle because tech can be really afraid. So everybody, we're sharing a miracle that is happening in your life because we want to start this Monday off by just recognizing that right now, no matter what's happening, there's miracles happening. You are one of them. I am one of them. This interaction is one of them. Eleanor, I have a new client. Hell yes, where I'm offering yoga plus business coaching, infusing all of me into my offering. Yes, you have been talking about that for a while, and I'm so glad that it's happening. And we knew that it would, right? Hi, Ashley. Grateful for my family every single day, Natalie says. My ex-husband in here is I have more me time. I feel that. So here's the deal, guys. Keep sharing your miracles. I want you to know that you're a miracle. And, we get so stuck in our heads that we lose our power. We get so stuck up here in these limited narratives that we have. And sometimes we get stuck making things an idol. We make things that these little small things, we create them to be these big problems in our life, these big challenges, and we allow these stories to rule us, to run us, and we forget our power. So often when I'm talking to my clients, they have these fears around money, and they're victim to money, or they're victim to, something their family did to them, something their family said, something their wife or husband did to them. And it's just, oh, well, he did that to me. He did that to my credit. He did that to, my kids, or I don't have any control over that. And we just forget that we have so much power. We look around in our life, and everything in our life where we're looking is in a divine order. It's exactly as it should be. But we spend so much time thinking it could be this, it should be that, this is wrong. And then we beat ourselves up for days, months, even years, sometimes decades, for something that we should have done differently. So the first shift is just putting your hands on your heart and realizing that, wow, okay, my heart is beating. There's a universal rhythm of life here that everything is beating and moving in its own perfect way. And that I get to totally lean into that right now. There's an intelligence that is beating my heart. I don't have to wake up and say, you know what, heart? This is what I need you to do today. I need you to beat this many times, and I need you to pump this oxygen through my body because I need it. Are we on the same page, heart? Are you working for me or what? We don't have to do that because we're so blessed that there's an intelligence that is beyond what we can understand that is here doing this for us. So can we have the courage, the audacity even, to believe that that same intelligence is working in our favor to do so much for us? We forget and we get caught up on money. I don't know how many people I even spoke to last week. I think 8 people total that were like, I am changing my life. I want to invest in you. And really, how many people did it? 3 or 4. 4. I think the one person is definitely going to come through. But it's like, why? Because there's something in them that's like, yes, I am done. I am making this change. I'm stepping into my power. I'm stepping into my truth. And then here comes these beliefs around what they can't have, what they're not able to do, and why they're just not powerful enough, which is a lie. I was listening to a video on YouTube that my friend sent me from Alan Watts. If you guys don't know Alan Watts, awesome guy, right? He's so wise. And he's sharing how these gurus in India, they have, Americans, they have all sorts of people coming to them. And they come to them with their problems, but the guru sees them and they see God. They see infinite intelligence. They see opportunity. They see their truth. But these people come to them and they say, yeah, but I have a problem with my money. I have a problem with my love relationships. I have a problem with my wellness. I can't stop eating cake. There's all these things, and we forget that we are so incredibly powerful. So the way that I just always shift back into my power is, if I'm not in nature, I recognize, oh, hey, I'm nature. I'm nature. So are you. So right in this moment, like, just do it with me. Put your hands on your heart. Do you feel your heart beating? You should if you're alive. And you feel into it. You take a breath. You're just like, oh yeah, there's that rhythm. There's that beating. It's the same rhythm, the same intelligence, the same force, the same source that is beating my heart is also orchestrating the entire universe. I am willing to fall into flow with this. I am willing to trust in this order. I am willing to open myself up to where life is leading me without having to abort any of it, without having to cling or to hold on to old ways and old fears. Can you do that? That's all you have to do. Now, here's what you're up against. And this is what I do with my clients. Is you're up against your natural way of being that you've been taught, that has been ingrained, and some of it is like DNA memory, right? Like your mom was like that, her mom was like that, her mom was like that. So if you're up against, these generational patterns of, let's say, poverty mindset, lack, deficit, right? For some people, all they see is deficit. All they see is what's missing. They look at themselves and they say, yeah, but this isn't that, right? Or, but that's not here. They make the money, but then still there's more that's not there. And they have a beautiful relationship, but still they don't do this for me. There's always deficit. So just notice if you're one of those people, and I think that it's kind of, it's human nature to be, right? So then we go back into our truth that there is no deficit, that there's so much more, life is forever expanding, and that we have created everything that's sitting around us in some way, shape, or form, right? So what can we do in this moment, in this day? If you're one of these people that I'm referring to that, that feels like something is missing or that you can't create something. So we always want to just get out of our mind and into our hearts, just back into our body. There's just so much richness in this moment, and we forget about it because we're so caught in this, blinders on. And in every given moment, in every little sliver of our lifetime, there's so much possibility. But tell me, if you recognize this after I say it, that you only focus on a small part of what's available to you, right? I see it with my clients. They think about what they're going to create. Well, they only create from a space of what's available to them, what they think they can have, right? So one of the most beautiful things we can do is start to deconstruct what we think that we can have. If you guys saw my Facebook post earlier, I was making a post from my dock out here. And, last year my life was totally different. It was so different. And it took me, it wasn't working harder. There wasn't it's actually less effort physically in some ways, but it's more of the energetic effort, right? Are we coming from a place of calm, serenity, trust, knowing, or are we coming from a place of, I can't let go, I can't trust because this is all on me? This is something funny and really beautiful I want to share with you guys. I was doing this, we were doing this 40-minute meditation, like literally, it's a 40-minute meditation. Where did I put my phone? And anyway, my phone, oh my God, where did I put my phone? Because I'm on my laptop right here. My phone is right here. I'm on my laptop, which is right in front of me, and I'm doing this meditation, and we were calling forth all sorts of like angels, guides, ancestors, invisible realm. My client has this light, light beings all around her. And as we're doing that, of course, we're like, yeah, we want to do this and we want to call it in. My phone, this is the second time it's done this since Friday. My phone beeps like somebody pushed for Surrey to start speaking, and Surrey, who is an Englishman on my phone, starts speaking to us, and we start laughing. But this is what happens to me when this happens, because I'm like, okay, so now we know the support is even here, but I kind of get scared for a moment, which is hilarious because I'm calling it in, but then when it happens, I'm feeling it in the invisible realm, but then when it actually happens in the physical, I'm like, is somebody in the house with me? But I don't want to open my eyes because I don't want to break the field, right? So like, I just kept going. And at the end, like, it was just such a beautiful experience because I'm like, okay, we're guided. It's here, right? Like, it's just, and it's so beautiful because then she says, well, I was laughing because I'm reminding her, like, that this is not that serious. We take all of our problems so seriously. We're like, oh my God, I don't have the money. Oh my God, I don't have this. Oh my God, I need to like lose this weight. Or oh my God, this person left me and they don't want to be with me. So what? What if we just said, so what about all this stuff and just like kept it moving? Because there's something else that is of higher order that is working for us. And that is our power, is knowing that we are part of this like grand orchestration and we only have to fall in line with it. So anyway, I feel like I'm preaching like a Sunday sermon here, so I'm going to let you all go. But I love all of you, and I want to let you know that I still have some spaces left in my 8-week intensive. So if you are ready to go beyond this, so like obviously we're sharing this, but what my client was experiencing in that meditation, what I experienced in it, it's like I'm reclaiming our power, and it's like felt by everything, right? So one more thing I want to share is like, just like we had that angel, that guide, Mario, I'm so glad, right? Like, it's powerful. I mean, I'm empowered after that session because I am going back into my truth, the truth for all of us. We were going into all of this like creative womb stuff, and it's just remembering. And isn't it funny how moms forget their power? I mean, I'm a mom who was not in my power for a long time. And it's like we have this intelligence that like literally brought together these cells that have grown exponentially and exponentially and exponentially. We birth life, yet we think about we can't pay the rent, or we can't move to that house, or that we can't start that business. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, that's a joke, right? So when it becomes laughable, then we can really step in our power and create from a more beautiful space. And it doesn't matter if it's the women or the men. The men that I work with, they get the same experience. It's just a little bit different because maybe they haven't grown life, but you know what? On a universal level, they know that. They were the life growing in someone else's womb. They recognize that intelligence. They recognize that they don't have to sit here and go through a checklist of a to-do list of body, I need you to perform these functions today. It's already done because life is intelligent. And you are life, my friends. You are not who you think you are. I'm not Nicole Sylvester. You're seeing one facet of Nicole Sylvester. I get to express and feel many facets of myself. But there's a part of me that is more than I can ever imagine. And that's the part I choose to tap into when I'm creating and saying, you know what? F all of these conditions that say that I can't have a $3 million house next year. Because I'm choosing it. I'm choosing it. And that's exactly where I want you to be. I want you to recognize that everything in your life that you feel is out of your power and that you cannot make changes in, or maybe it's been a part of your life for so long. It's that debt, right? Or it's that health issue. I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason why I found spirituality was because I was really physically sick. I was so sick that I could not cross the road without having a panic attack. I had agoraphobia, right? And a wide open street freaked me the hell out. Can you imagine me being that way? And when I got to that space of such crazy suffering, I found spirituality. And it was kind of like kicking and dragging because I did not like the word God. And I had a lot of God baggage. And that's actually in my book because I talk about that. Of like when I first went to Agape and I was like, but I loved the message there. And it actually there was something there about having a clean slate and not having any guilt and not having any shame, and your past does not define you. And I'm like, okay, let me see. This is kind of feeling good to me. Let's see what happens. But, from this space now, the more and more free I get and the less identified I am with this physical version of Nicole that you see here and all that she has moved through in her life, and I can trust in this divine order, the faster I can let go of all these things that do not serve me, and I can go back to that space like we're talking about Feel the heart, universal rhythm of life. There's an intelligence that is operating that I do not understand. I do not need to understand it. All I need to know is that I choose not to reject it. I choose not to abort it. I choose to fall into absolute surrender with it. Guide me and show me my highest and best good. Now from that space, we're creating whatever we need. We're creating whatever we need. And you know what? There's going to be things that we do not like and prefer, but they're for our soul's evolution and we need it. Now, it doesn't mean that we step into suffering and keep ourselves in suffering, because there's a space within us that's like, you learn the lesson, boo. Keep it moving, right? And that's where I was with my financial struggles last year. And that's why I was like, I'm done with this. And now there's other things that are coming up, right? And it's so beautiful. Allison, thank you, sister, for being here. Hi, Stella. If you guys are on here, give me a little heart or something so I can see who's on here. So let's do a little meditation prayer together since we're all here. And it's this beautiful space. Put your hands on your heart. This is our connector. Whenever we're in fear, whenever we forget, whenever we lose our way, and guys, we all lose our way. Don't judge yourself for losing your way. I feel like I know my way and I still lose my way. And then I laugh at it and I love myself and I get back on the path, right? That's all we can do. Radical compassion for ourselves. So with our hands on our hearts, we just breathe into this. We breathe into it knowing that we're so blessed. We're so blessed to have air to breathe right now. We're so blessed to have eyes to see with, ears to hear with, mouths to speak the truth with. So we don't neglect that gift today. We say yes to that gift, and we recognize that we are infinitely powerful, that we are so resourceful, that there's so much to each moment of life that we can't even recognize because our perception doesn't allow it. So we poke holes in our perception today, and we say, everything I see is not true. I'm willing to see the truth. Reveal the truth to me. And it's from that place where we step today. We step from that space. We open our hearts to feel more, to share more, to express more. And we follow the nudges of our soul. We follow the nudges, for we know that fear is not more powerful than them. So we mustn't reject our abundance today. So we just let this be, we set it free, and we know that it's already done. And so it is. Hi, Sandrine. So, guys, I hope that you were able to feel into that. This is where it's at. And this is the thing with me, is one day you'll find me on here and I will be totally in my feminine. I love praying, meditation, praying, loving. All of that is a part of the work. But sometimes you got to kick your ass too. Sometimes you got to kick your ass. Sometimes you got to kick your own ass and say, you know what? I'm done being here in this way, showing up in this way. I'm done lying to myself. I'm done being the source of my own suffering. That's when the ass kicking needs to come in sometimes. So there has to be this beautiful dance of knowing that. But if you need support in that, then call me, because I will help you with that, because that's the work that I do. But I am filling up my 8-week intensives right now. We already have a handful of people that joined last week. And once it's full, it's done. These are my last clients for the year, unless something shifts and I decide to change it, because that's what I give myself permission to do. But for right now, my book is my baby, and it's almost done. And I'm going to share all of this stuff in the book. But you guys, you'll be surprised to see the path that led me to this. But because of that, I developed these ways of learning. Like, we can only have all of the beauty that life has to offer when we feel all of the ickiness that we felt. And just look at it and not be so identified with it, right? So have a beautiful day, guys. Have a nice Monday. Share this with anyone that you think will benefit from it, or anyone else that just needs a shift. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe something funky happened over the weekend. Maybe they don't like their job and they're like, why the hell am I here? Good. I hope you quit your job soon, because you know what? You deserve to be happy at a new job, or start your own business, whatever it is for you. But first, just get out of your head and into your heart. So share it with your people. Message me if you want to get into the 8-week intensive. Sending you guys so much love. Have a beautiful day. Bye.